Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 1025 The Game. Hope you're having a great day so far. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. And we're not going to waste any time today because, Joe, the Titans have their head coach, and it is Robert Saleh.
They got it correct. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. They did something correct for the first time in the longest time. They got the coach who we all want on this show. We all wanted Robert Saleh. Now, again, we thought because of the relationship with Nagy and Borgonzi, that was a done deal. I'll be wrong on that update, but I think Robert Saleh came in last night and blew everybody away. I was reading this morning, the detailed plans he had for the offense and defense, and Amy was overly impressed, and Robert's like, hey, I'm out here. I got to catch a flight to Arizona. And then they're like, no, we need you here. It is the best and perfect hire. Please call in today. You can argue with us. You can talk us, whatever you want to do. We want to hear from you because it is the perfect hire.
Yeah. I mean, look, I want to point this out because here's the deal. I have no problem being wrong. Zero. I will always admit when I'm wrong. Where I have an issue, as I like to say when I get mad, is when people don't want to hear the whole thing. They don't want to read. They just want to hear one word and go, well, you said that Matt Nagy was going to be the guy. You said it.
We did.
And then like take nothing in context just because people can't wait to run to their keyboards or, their phone and tell you how you're wrong. Look, we are. And I said yesterday I would call Sean McDermott, and I don't know if they did or they didn't. We have no idea.
Here?
It doesn't matter. I see that. That's another thing. I don't need that either. Like, I know that. Let me finish my sentence.
Right.
You're wasting my time.
No, I'm not. 3 hours.
We'll waste it during celebrity birthdays. But so I said what I want to happen is call Sean McDermott, make him tell you no, and if not, go Robert Saleh. What I thought was going to happen was it was going to be Nagy the whole time, and it wasn't. Now, there are tweets and reports and things that kind of evolved throughout the night that might paint a little bit of a different picture. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not true. They haven't talked yet. And I'm sure they'll be asked about it. But,
explain.
The original report by Adam Schefter was that ownership influence was really blown away by Saleh.
Okay.
Was very impressed by Saleh, that Borgonzi had kind of leaned towards Nagy because of the relationship, and that ownership was really blown away by Saleh. TD clarified that with a tweet last night and an update to his story of they were all blown away by Robert Saleh and ultimately felt like he was going to be the right fit. And so they all came to a collective agreement that it was going to be Robert Saleh.
So let me ask you this, not to be a contrarian. Why did Schefter delete that tweet?
Don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if – look, we're all thinking it.
Can I say it?
I mean, say it.
I think Amy made the call, then said, whoa, this is a bad look. If I overrule Mike, how about Mike, you hop on board. Mike, I give you credit for this. It's a brilliant move.
Probably. I think – here's what I think happened. I think there were a lot of discussions internally, and I think that stuff got out that probably was incomplete. How many times does that happen? How many times, we can even say that here. Do we have an idea and we talk about the idea and then somebody else talks about the idea outside of the meeting? It's like, well, hey, the idea is not done yet. That's not the full idea. And then you get a wrong impression of what the idea is going to be. So my guess is there was internal discussions and somebody blabbermouthed and it wasn't complete. And therefore that got out. And I think Borgonzi's on board with this. He's the GM. He needs to be. I mean, this is his hire. This is going to be on him. And it's clear that he liked him because it was supposed to be a virtual meeting Sunday night. They changed it to an in-person meeting after Matt Nagy
right on
Monday afternoon. And I do think you always should look into, okay, who's the last one in the building? And clearly they liked what they saw and therefore made the decision to go with Saleh. I think they got it right. Now,
Absolutely.
I thought that with Brian Callahan, but time will tell.
Dr. Crane's got my audio where I said it was a terrible hire, right? We're not going to play. I'm not going down that road. But listen, the reason we said Matt Nagy was because the relationship for Borgonzi, right? That's his guy. The relationship, their buddies, all that good. That's why we said, look, it's probably going to be that way. But if they ask us, I'll take Robert Saleh, right? I'm not declaring, hey, I did this. I got it wrong. I got it on that part because that's the basis why we said it, because of the relationship. Then I think now they got it right. They got a home run. They got a guy that's coming in here who is, in Amy Adams' Strunk eyes, is Vrabel 2.0. Vrabel 2.0. The fact that this franchise in Nashville has had the most success under defensive coaches says something else. That's probably wasn't out there, but Fisher, Vrabel, and now they'll get with Robert Saleh, right? So you got it here. I think it's a great hire. Don't call in and say, what the Jets? He was 20-36.
Yeah.
The Jets are a disaster. He didn't want Zach Wilson. He was overruled on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers missed all of minicamp. And that was okay because the owner said that's okay. They have the Titans are a bad franchise. The Jets are worse. That's a worse franchise. And Robert Saleh had said, if I do it again, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to let the owner tell me the quarterback can miss minicamp, or I'm not going to have a say-so on my draft choices. When you get a hire, the first time, big-time job, you're going to acquiesce to everything. Yeah, hey, that's good. Hey, I'm part of this. Hey, I don't worry about it. I'm just happy to be here.
That's a great word, by the way.
Right. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be here. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, guys. Hey, Mr. Brown Shoe, how are you? How you doing? All right. Then you get fired, and you're like, why did I do this? If I get the second chance again, I'm doing it my way. Robert Saleh is going to do it my way. Read the reports of the players and the coaches. That clip from Kyle Shanahan yesterday about how much he loved Robert Saleh. This is a great hire. Just relax. Nobody wanted this job, right? Harbaugh didn't want to come here. You got who I thought was the best candidate to come to Nashville and coach the Titans. Bottom line.
Preach, my friend. Preach. Absolutely.
And this Rex Road thing, he's got my blood pressure up. I mean, because guys like everybody thought when Callahan was hired that it was going to be a great hire, and all the radio people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, very few like the Callahan hire. I mean, those who know, he had never caught a play in his life. He was a disaster.
There were a lot of people that liked it, and then there were some that didn't. You didn't, and you were right. I liked it, and I was wrong, and I'll admit that.
Okay, because we're all like, well, he's not Vrabel. He's not Vrabel. That's why we like it.
And look, I think, and time will tell. I think Amy is probably realizing that was a mistake, because what is Robert Saleh? He's now he's not Vrabel completely, but he's the closest thing to Vrabel that you could possibly get.
Yep.
He's got a little more, rah catchphrases and things like that. And Vrabel really, wasn't about. I mean, he had a few, but
sure.
But he's a hard ass, and I think this team needs that. The fact that you had, and I'm sure there are more. I saw a couple of defensive guys in Simmons and Darrell Baker tweet last night, basically saying like, "Oh yeah, we're on board with this."
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing. Now I don't know if I love the report that he's going to call his own defense, but they can figure that out. We'll address that down the road. But look, I got no issue with this hire. It's okay if you do. I want to say that. It's okay if you do. I agree with you that you can't look at the Jets and that whole situation and truly gauge what this is going to be. I think that you have to he's going to have to answer, some decision making that he had when he was there, because there were some things that I would say are on him. But I mean, don't we all learn from experiences and mistakes?
Amen. 100%. Are you the same guy? How long have you been the boss here?
4 years.
Are you the same guy today you were 4 years ago?
No, I'm a lot angrier.
Exactly. Exactly. So I get all the outrage. Look, I love the passion of the Titans fans. You didn't think people follow this team? They're out there. That's fine. We want to hear from you today. Yes or no? But I'm just telling you, little patience. Have time with him. Get his staff in here. Work things. No more flopping noodles, pull noodles on your ass in summer camp, you know? None of that stuff. It's all work. That's how you win games. Work, not some stupid point system that Brian Callahan had. Done with that. Football.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Tim Hasselbeck's going to join at 1 o'clock, but the rest of the show, the entire show, is dedicated to reaction to Robert Saleh. We will touch on the national championship as well. I wish we could give it more time because it was a great game, but this is what it is. I went on the air at 11:15 last night and had a lot of response.
Good.
This is what people want to talk about.
Love it, man. Heck yeah.
And I'm not saying that to brag on myself. I'm just saying
pat
that's
yourself
what
on
we
the
did.
back, buddy.
That was the right move. And anybody that thought that it
Look,
wasn't.
why are we
why
here? Why are we here?
For the people.
For the people. Bottom line, man.
So 615-737-1025, our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. I think I know what our question of the day is, but go ahead.
Yes or no on Robert Saleh? Yes or no on Robert Saleh? That simple. Again, we want to hear from you guys. We love hearing from you guys. 615-737-1025.
Question of the day presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters shoot for free. Just tell them that I sent you, and check them out at ariestactical.com. That's what we're going to do. We're up and running. We've given our thoughts. We want yours. Load those lines up. I want to call. We'll get to the text, but I want phone calls. 615-737-1025. It's Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Robert Saleh going to be the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans, the 20th in franchise history and 7th since they have been here in Nashville. So there you go, Robert Saleh. Diana Rossini tweets about 30 minutes ago, as Robert Saleh works through his offensive coordinator search, this may not be as easy a hire. Mike McDaniel, Brian Daboll, and Arthur Smith are all expected to have multiple opportunities this cycle, potentially shrinking the pool early.
Okay. Who said he had any of those guys in mind?
I think McDaniel's his top choice. Again, we've assumed because of relationships that somebody was going to be the top choice, and we've been wrong so far on that. But what if Matt Nagy ends up being the offensive coordinator?
Good Lord, right?
He's out of a job, it looks like. So,
yeah,
we'll see. Let's go to the phones at 615-737-1025. Your reaction to Robert Saleh. Bob was in first. He will lead us off. What's up, Bob?
Hey, guys. He's been my number one choice since day up in Rayford. And here's the thing about it. He is Rayford 2.0, but one difference in the anymore here, Saleh doesn't seem to have the ego that Vrabel does. And Saleh, while Vrabel is a great coach, Saleh is a much better defensive coach. Now all he's got to do is go get McDaniels or Dable or somebody like that. And I'm assuming, since we didn't get rid of any of our staff, that he's going to retain Bones Fossil. So I think it'll be great.
Well,
and one other thing real quick.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Last night was quite the night for news. Did y'all see the report where supposedly things started getting hairy in New York and Titans were still in play?
Huh?
Yeah, the report last night, it came out that the Titans were still talking to Harbaugh because Harbaugh and them could not come to terms. And that Titans were still in play at number 2. It was going down all Saturday morning, supposedly. I only looked that up, supposedly.
Well, he's signed now, so it doesn't matter. But, I saw that.
I wanted Saleh over Harbaugh anyway.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for the call, Bob.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Bob.
It. On the staff stuff, it's way too early on that. I mean, they retain because they're under contract, but he can come in and put his own staff together. I would assume Bones Fossil is going to stay, but I don't know that for sure.
You can fire whoever you want, baby.
Yep. A couple of texts real quick. 1880 says better than Nagy, but should have tried for Sean McDermott. We don't know if they did or they didn't. We don't know. We can assume. We don't know.
Right. I have no idea.
2349. What I'm wondering is why you automatically assume that he'll hire his guy when we thought that Chad Brinker would do that for GM and proved everyone wrong. Let's just give this new front office the benefit of the doubt.
Thank
please.
you. Thank you. A little patience.
Fine. We did assume, but I mean, I'm paid to give an opinion.
Yeah.
And
right.
I connect dots, and that was the opinion. So that's what it is. Lance in Clarksville wants to weigh in. Lance, what you got?
Not yet, but hell yeah. I'm tickled to death. I think the Titans need somebody that's got a little bit more backbone. I think Amy's collaboration experiment failed tremendously. And I think they need to get somebody in there, and the ones that will like him will be the ones that earn it, and the ones that won't like it will be the ones that think everything's handed to them. And I think he'll turn them. You give him time, he'll turn them around. And you just look at all the great coaches. A lot of the players didn't like him. They didn't end up there, but the ones that were with him would run through a wall for him. And I think Saleh's that kind of man. And I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Thanks, Lance. Appreciate it. You agree with that?
Yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot that we don't know that we think we know, but I just know that we need to practice a lot of patience right now. It's good.
615-737-1025. Eric wants to weigh in. What's up, Eric?
You both living back down, Joe. I know you just messing with me.
Right?
Yeah, I know. Listen, as far as the hire, I think it's a great hire. And let me tell you this. I know a lot of people are going to pick apart and say, well, it was terrible with the Jets for 20-36 record. But you got to remember, he had to deal with Aaron Rodgers and the whole Woody Johnson thing. And the big thing why I'm high on him, during his tenure, before he got fired, he had one of the top defenses in NFL. And when he got fired, the defense tanked. So I definitely think the defense is going to be better. But I don't know if we're going to keep up the DC. But I will say this. I think I agree we should give him a chance to sign the 5-year deal to get his staff together and to see what happens, guys. The only thing I'm also hoping for next year, no firings. We've had firings for the last 4 or 5 years, and whether it's fair or not, the media now is saying it's getting around, of course, is that Amy Armstrong, of course, has a quick trigger finger, and you just don't want that. You got to give the guys time to build. I just do not want to see another firing, guys. I want patience, guys, because we've got to just see this out and just hopefully they will continue to get better. I'm optimistic about it getting better. The main thing is if we double the win total from this past year, I'll be happy, guys, because I definitely think there's better days ahead, and also just waiting to see who we get as offensive coordinator. Guys, y'all take care and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Eric. Always appreciate it. You know what? That's a really good point.
Yes.
That he just made, obviously about the offensive coordinator, but a lot of good points there. But I just think you got to let this play out now. You got to give this time.
Right.
Let him get his staff together. I mean, they haven't even announced it.
No.
I would assume that's coming today, but they haven't even announced it.
And everybody's default on social media, and I got to calm down. One guy's under my skin right now
It's okay. I got several under mine.
One guy this guy works here. But stop the default with the Jets. That's all y'all are defaulting to is the Jets, right? I know the record, what the record was, but there's a story behind all that. And there's a reason he's not there anymore, right? What if I told you you got a great job. All right, go do your job on day 1. Hey, don't do it that way. Do it this way. Okay, day 2. Stop what you're doing. Go do this. That's what the Jets was for Robert Saleh. So stop bringing that up. We know what it was, but there's a reason why that happened in New York.
Exactly. Let's go to Tony. Tony wants to weigh in. What's up, Tony?
Hey, long-time listener, fellas. Just calling a little bit about the hesitation from you guys about him calling defensive plays. I don't know whether he was or not, but he had a top 5 defense every year at New York. Was he calling plays there? And what's the hesitation about? I'll hang up and listen. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. And call anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. I have no problem with it because he's done it so long. I have no
defense doesn't bother me as much.
Thank you. Exactly. Offense, yes. Defense with that guy, no. Look, we'll drop down the count. What did Clark Lee do? Right? Didn't he was the defensive coordinator as a head coach? Wasn't it this year or last year?
And then he gave it up to.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to reset things. You want to get things done your way and do that. Robert Saleh knows what to do, and his defenses kick ass. They didn't do so good against Seattle the other night, but it happens. But he had so many injuries, and it's part of the game. They still got to the divisional round. So let's just stop with that. He knows what he's doing.
So here's what I will say, and I want to point this out real quick as we talk about the staff. Actually, we can do this coming up next. There are several people that were on his last staff in New York that are names we all know, and I don't want any of them to come here.
Oh, okay. I like this.
I'll tell you who they are. We'll talk about that next. Robert Saleh, new head coach of the Titans. Tim Hasselbeck at 1 o'clock. It's Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
The Titans spent time with Saleh as well as Matt Nagy throughout the day on Monday. Saleh had a second interview scheduled today with the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, that is not happening. He now heads to Tennessee, where the next big step is finding the offensive coordinator to work with this year's #1 draft pick, Cam Ward, at quarterback.
Yeah.
That was Tom Pelissero on the NFL Network talking about Robert Saleh and his staff.
It's a good day, Chase McCabe.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. It is 615-737-1025. 1064 says, really hope they keep Bones and get McDaniel for OC. I'm going to do this. I'm a little testy today,
That's right.
and so I'm just going to throw this out. Thank you for saying McDaniel.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, Mike McDaniel.
And we
Two
don't
different people.
We don't like you being little testes because that right, a little upset right there. Though I'm with you on board with Mike McDaniel. I want to see the picture of Mike McDaniel and Cam Ward at practice, man.
Oh man, I think those two together could be
fun. Even if it's for a year, but I think he could do wonders.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear that either. Like, I'm glad you said that because everybody's like, well, you don't want to hire him because he'll only be here a year. Who cares? Make it a damn good year.
Right. And it's like, well, he couldn't turn Tua around. Sometimes your quarterback's just not good.
He couldn't turn Tua around. Here's the other thing, too. Pay attention. Tua got the freaking you-know-what knocked out of him multiple times. He probably shouldn't even be playing football anymore.
Right?
So,
exactly.
He was actually looking pretty good before all that happened. But we forget that.
Right.
All right. So, here's what I will say. This is a little bit of the negative on Saleh. I look at his staff with the Jets in last year when he was fired, and there are some names you're all going to know, in which I'm going to say they better not follow him here to Nashville. The offensive coordinator was Nathaniel Hackett. Now, that was shoved down his throat because of Aaron Rodgers. So
Correct.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yep.
You know who the passing game coordinator was and took over as the play caller? Todd Downing. No, thank you.
Yep.
The running backs coach, Tony Dews. Now, he was good. Tony can come back.
Tony's paid his dues.
Yeah. He was really good with Derrick Henry. The wide receivers coach was Sean Jefferson. I'll take him. He was okay.
Yeah.
He's fine. He can come back. Tight ends, Ron Middleton. Don't know who that is. Offensive line run game coordinator, Keith Carter. No, thank you.
Although he did jump Lawan's ass when they had practice, which I loved.
Yeah. Defense. Jeff Aldrich was the defensive coordinator. He's staying in Atlanta.
Correct.
I believe, which is good. The rest I don't really know on that side of the ball, so I can't really speak on it. Tony Oden, do you know that name?
I do not.
Okay. He was here.
A lot of coaches come.
He's got like half of Vrabel's staff, I guess. So he was here at one time.
Okay.
But yeah. I've read that I think the linebackers coach with San Francisco could come with him.
All right. What
is
is
fine?
John McClain told us about coaches who get the first time head coaching job. What do?
They hire their buddies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Or they're told who to hire.
Yeah. So now he's coming here like, I know who I want. We're going to get to work. I like that. So that's why it was imperative to hire a coach who had been through the fire. Robert Saleh has been through the fire.
Wes and Hermitage. Mike McDaniel's offense in Miami was send Tyreek on a streak route and have Tua launch the ball. We don't have a Tyreek, so what's the plan? You could probably go get Tyreek.
You probably can. I don't know. You can draft somebody.
Yeah. I mean, Tyreek's going to be available. I don't want him here, but you could go get him. Caleb, I've been preaching Saleh since they fired Callahan, as well as pairing him with McDaniel because of their history. But Dayball would be solid as well. I'll agree with that. I'd also pay that quarterback guru guy from the Bills on Hard Knocks or whatever if he wants to come to Nashville. Is that Joe Brady?
I didn't watch Hard Knocks. I stopped watching years ago.
Who, you don't know?
I assume it'd be Joe Brady because he is the quarterback guru of Buffalo right now.
Probably will end up getting the job. Although ESPN had a good thing about Bill Belichick coming back to Buffalo, about some affinity that Buffalo has for Bill Belichick and the opportunity.
That would be the greatest thing
opportunity
ever.
to kick Vrabel's ass with Buffalo.
Oh my God! Please make that happen.
Right?
Like he just leaves North Carolina up high and dry.
See
well,
you
Steve
guys.
could take over, and then he goes to
Yeah, and Jeff Saturday, who was on the show, is a North Carolina guy, was like, no, we need to keep him there. And they're like, you sure about this? But it would be great if he goes to Buffalo.
What would be even better?
Buffalo.
He goes to Buffalo, and then all of a sudden McDaniels is like, see you, Braves. I'm going with Dad.
Right?
I'm going back to Dad.
So Bill goes to Buffalo. The Bills changed their helmet to a picture of Bill Belichick. Buffalo Bill.
Maybe his girlfriend.
Yeah, man. Like peering over his shoulder.
Apparently, there was a picture last night of Belichick's girlfriend and the girl that Brady's supposedly with, and people were like, are Brady and Belichick on a double date?
Ooh. And Brady's girl is Braxton Berrios. Is that his name? He was returning at Miami. Now he's with Houston, I think. That's Brady's girl now is his old girlfriend. My daughter follows that girl on Instagram, was telling me all the good stuff. I'm like, sweetheart, I care, but I don't really care.
Carol in Bellevue, not my mother, bringing up the Jets record is like bringing up the Titans record when talking about Vrabel now. Record does not tell the whole story. I get it. The name of the game, as Herm Edwards, who joined us last week, most famously said, you play to win the game. I get that. But you cannot judge the entire book by its cover. And
True.
That's what the record is.
It's convenient when it works.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. It's convenient.
Right. But when it's not, in this situation, Robert saw the Jets didn't work. I mean, when Aaron Rodgers hijacked this team or that team, and he didn't go to any mini camps, and they asked Saleh, he's like, he's not here. And it was the owner allowed that to happen. I mean, no wonder that doesn't work. And no wonder the Jets are a disaster. That's why all this stuff. So I'm telling you, don't compare the two.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I just think it's like, here's the thing. People that want to keep throwing the record out there, are the people that just don't like him and don't like the hire. And guess what? That's okay. You don't have to. Like, if you really don't like this hire, that's your opinion.
Right. And it's not Sean McDermott's fault. But some of y'all have texted me and said, well, what's he going to do without Josh Allen? Who knows? But it's not his fault that he had Josh Allen. I do this argument all the time. Well, Joe Montana would have been a great quarterback if he didn't have Jerry Rice. But he had Jerry Rice. Right? So McDermott had Josh Allen. How good is he without Josh Allen? I don't know. But we know how good Belichick was without Tom Brady. It wasn't good. So who knows?
3337 says they have to get this OC right, but we need a real backup that has done something to help Cam as well. Brandon Allen didn't help Cam at all. Maybe Jameis Winston. Go ahead. I think we're on the same page. Go ahead.
How do you know he didn't help?
Thank you.
Because he came in like bad against it. I don't know. How do you not know he sat in the room with Cam and said, look, the safety's dropping down. I'll watch the defensive end when the linebackers drop. I mean, how do you know he wasn't teaching? I don't know that.
Right.
I don't know.
I think we make way too much of that sometimes. And I've been guilty of it.
Yeah.
Remember when Tannehill basically was like, I'm not here to help Malik Willis. Like, he was the starter.
Right.
He was right. He wasn't. He was there to play football and be the starting quarterback.
By the way, we had a Carol from Bellevue, and wasn't your mom?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Oh.
That's just crazy. Yeah, but anyway,
Mom's at work.
You're right. Tannehill was not his job.
Mom would not know Mike Vrabel's record.
If she did.
I love my mother, but I have to tell this. This is the same mom that I went and saw last night, and we're watching the game, and she goes, so does the winner of this go to the Super Bowl? I was like, this is college.
Yeah, sure does, Mom. It happens. I don't know.
Love
if you get somebody in to help Cam, that's fine. That's why I think you need just a dedicated quarterback coach / coordinator who can sit with Cam and not Callahan, who was worried about defense and going on, just overwhelmed that.
Yes.
Have a specific coach for Cam Ward, and that's it. Not talking to Hardigree, Callahan, Nick Holtz, and there was another assistant coach. The 4 coaches, all in his head. You don't need that. Robert Saleh knows what to do. I'm just really happy this franchise got something right.
Well, and what you do is you let Saleh hire his coordinators, and then you let the coordinators bring in their offensive staff that they want to work with. That's the smart thing to do. So we can put some things together here. Mike McDaniel, the running backs coach, he had 2 assistant head coaches, Eric Studeville, John Embry, 1 coach running backs, 1 coach tight ends. Frank Smith was the OC. Guess who the senior passing game coordinator was? Who is a name that I think they might consider or should consider for offensive coordinator if it's not Mike McDaniel? Bobby Slowick. CJ Stroud looked pretty damn good his rookie year with Bobby Slowick.
Mm-hmm. How do you look last Saturday?
Terrible.
Right, or Sunday. Awful.
The quarterback's coach and passing game coordinator, Darrell Bevel. Wasn't he here?
There's so many come in and out. I don't know.
I know that name.
And also, I got a problem.
Oh my God! Check this out.
Yeah,
his assistant wide receivers coach. Let's see if you remember this name, Jonathan Krause.
Jonathan Krause. I don't know. I've heard the name, but I don't know.
He was a wide receiver at Vanderbilt. That's why I know that name. He played at Vandy, and he's a wide receivers coach in the NFL. Okay. That's interesting. So I mean, those are the.
And I will tell you this: I have a problem when you got a running game coordinator and a passing game coordinator, because all those are titles, right? Yeah. I want an offensive coordinator who's called plays, who can work with Cam Ward. That's fine. I don't need a passing game coordinator and a running game coordinator. There are colleges that have co-running game coordinators and co-passing game coordinators, because all it is a title.
Yeah.
That's it.
By the way, Darrell Bevel, the reason I remember that name, OC with the Seahawks from 2011 to 2017 when they had tons of success.
Robert Saleh was on that.
He was with the Vikings from 06 to 10 as the OC. He was the quarterback's coach in Green Bay, 03 to 05. That'd be Favre, right?
Yes.
And Rodgers.
1 year.
And then he was the interim head coach for the Lions in 2020, interim head coach for the Jags in 2021. So he's got experience. I would be open to Darrell Bevel joining the staff as well.
Same as well. I'm trying to find the guy that I forget where it went, who said that he was the first report that Saleh came in last night and blew everybody away.
Yeah.
I forget Connor something. I don't know.
Connor Orr.
Is that it? I mean, he just said Saleh's plan when he came in to talk to everybody was almost perfect. And I would love to have been in there to do that and see, because I've talked to coaches who've done interviews when guys come in and like, yeah, I'm going to do this and we're going to have a lot of fun here. It's like, okay, you have a plan? I won't get to, I mean, it's an interview for a head coaching job. And they said Saleh was great last night. Great.
By the way, you know who McDaniel's special teams coordinator was last year?
Ackerman. Yep.
Craig Ackerman.
Do you know whose son scored the game-winning touchdown in the Class 5A state championship?
Was it Craig Ackerman's son?
It was for Page. Caught a 60-yard touchdown pass.
Good for him. 615-737-1025. And I really mean that. Good for him, not like a good for him.
Yeah.
615-737-1025. Dylan, we'll get to your call coming up next. Call in, weigh in. Robert Saleh, new head coach of the Titans. What do you think? Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
won't say nothing. He'll take the credit.
100%.
Oh yeah. He won't talk too loudly about it.
Vrabel's in a unique place because his OC, who's been so great, he's already had 2 stints as a head coach, and they've gone horrible.
Yeah.
So he's now like put himself in like he will always be an OC from here on out unless something unforeseen happens.
Yeah.
So Vrabel's in a great spot with that, being a defensive minded guy and an OC that's never going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because anytime you have offensive success in a big way, that guy's gone. He's out of there. What you're looking for is, I think, what Jack brought up, which is a beautiful dream to have, which is Robert Saleh as your head coach and Mike McDaniel as your OC.
Just gonna start picking them like
just start. Yeah, there's 10 head coaching vacancies, but let me get 2 of the top dogs and put them on one team.
Put the names in the hat.
Yeah, put the name in the hat.
I can't say that right now, but
that
don't sound like a bad coaching.
It's not a bad Nick combo right there.
Yeah.
That was Bussin' with the Boys. Jeffrey Simmons, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton on that. I think Jeff was being careful. But I think Jeff's happy.
Lewan's still showing he can't shut up. So nice. Right?
Do you remember the scene from Pulp Fiction where they're in the apartment and, they're looking for the money or whatever? And, And Samuel L. Jackson goes, Vincent, we happy?
Right? Oh,
Vincent.
Do you know there was a whole class schedule at, I think, University of Virginia on what's in the briefcase from Pulp Fiction?
Oh,
There's
really?
a whole, a semester class, elective.
Well, Pulp Fiction is it's great because you have to figure, can you figure out how it goes chronologically?
That's one.
Which is fun.
Yep. It is. Also, that scene in the apartment, I think, was the one continuous scene had the most cuss words of any scene in cinema history.
Probably.
I think I'm told that's correct.
I love that scene when he quotes the Bible verse.
It's just an amazing movie.
But my point is, I think somebody looked at Jeffrey Simmons and go, Jeffrey, we happy? Oh, we happy. Because that's the guy.
Yep.
I go back to, and Nick, this is probably in sound bites and I'm putting you on the spot. It was last summer, probably June or July. Jeffrey went on with our friend Jill Jelnick on the Nashville Game Changers podcast. And he said something about the difference in kind of the culture with Vrabel and Callahan. And I'll give Nick a second to find that. But basically what he was saying was, with Vrabes, we knew from day one. I knew from the moment I walked in, when I got drafted, I knew what the expectations were. I knew what the rules were. I knew how we were going to operate. And then he was like, it took us a while to figure that out with Callie, which was I was like, ooh, that's not good.
No.
With Robert Saleh, I think it's going to be similar to that of Vrabel, where they're going to know from day one, hey, this is how it's going to go. And if you're cool with that, we're going to be fine. If not, there's the door.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how it's
I don't want you to be my buddy. Bottom line.
No, be the head coach. Dylan in Antioch wants to weigh in on Robert Saleh. Dylan, what's up?
Hey, guys. Hey, it's a great day in Nashville.
Yes.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy with this hire. He was my guy since the beginning. And Chase, it was awesome of you going live last night.
Thanks, man.
I was listening because you know what? The other guys ain't doing that. We notice. And real quick, on the reporting of this whole thing, I love our reporters in this town, TD, PK, but the reporting over the weekend of who was a finalist and does a dinner count as an interview and all these guys getting in little slap fights with each other on Twitter. And 99% of this fan base ain't on Twitter and they don't see all this, but it's just so ridiculous. And I'm glad all that is over, but I just want to say, guys, it's an awesome day. I am super stoked. And you guys have a great day.
What, Dylan? Why do you like this hire?
When he got into it with Liam Cohen in that game and basically said he was going to rip him apart at the end of it, I was like, okay. I was like, that guy's got fired. And we all know the Aaron Rodgers situation, but he was put in a really bad situation up there in New York. I think he learned from it, and I think it's going to turn into results on the field.
Awesome. Thanks, Dylan, and appreciate the kind words as well.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Probably hear that on a promo soon.
As you should.
well today. Look, I was sitting at home. I have the capabilities. I texted Jakey Baby, who was working. I said, Jakey Baby, we're going on the air. Let's go. And we did. So
good, man. It's important. I mean, in the moment of doing that, it's our franchise, our NFL franchise. It's the biggest sports thing in town, right? So when something like that massively happens, it was convenient. It happened
right after the national championship, which was on our air.
Yes.
So
it was good.
that
So it was
certainly helped
important to
things
do
too.
that. So you always something big happens, just tune it in here.
Yep, keep it here. We're also on YouTube too, so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and go ahead and set it where it'll notify you. I hear that's important to stay relevant, so you can do that, and then it doesn't waste your time, and you know when we're going to be on.
Does it clip celebrity birthdays?
It does. Yeah, you can clip celebrity birthdays.
Love it.
So yeah, don't worry. I know. I always be knowing.
Proud of you. Real quick on this, has nothing to do with anything, but something. Jim Cantori tweeted out a little while ago. He tweeted out he had the top 20 snowfalls in the history of Nashville, and it says, expect Nashville, Tennessee to join some rare company by the time all the snow falls over this weekend.
I hope we get 3 feet.
I would love it. Just no ice.
Yep,
no ice. Snow.
No ice. I am fully prepared to get I'm off Thursday and Friday and going to Gatlinburg. I'm fully prepared to be stranded in Gatlinburg for a day or two. That's okay. You guys got it down here. We'll be fine. So
I'm looking forward to it, man. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, Jim Cantori. 615-737-1025. We'll get back to the phones, back to the texts coming up after Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN. He's going to join us next. We will get his thoughts on Robert Saleh of the Titans. That's all next. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5. The Game on this Tuesday. Robert Saleh will be the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And to talk more about that, we bring in Innsworth football coach and ESPN NFL analyst Tim Hasselbeck, who joins us now. Timmy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. I will tell you before we get your opinion, Joe and I are good on this. I like it. I think that the second time around, he's going to have learned from some mistakes, and obviously the Jets, that's a hard job to have. I'm not saying this one is easy, but ultimately I like it. What say you?
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. One of the things I was talking with somebody about is that I don't believe that you can look at the Jets situation and say that that's an indicator of future success just because no one's done well there. And whether it's been the quarterback situation or whatever it is, it's kind of just been a disaster. So I think in fairness to, anybody, whether you've been in the front office, you've been coaching at the Jets, look, Aaron Rodgers was struggled at the Jets. He goes to the, Pittsburgh, and they're, a playoff team. So I think that it's right probably by everybody to say, look, the type of candidate he is or coach he could be, probably is not indicative of what we saw in New York. Now, I think that I remember, conversation I think we had early on in the process in the offseason in terms of the coach. I think the offensive coordinator hire is going to be a really important one because, you have a head coach that is a defensive-minded head coach. And so, that's the part that I think is going to be, a big piece to this puzzle.
Okay, so everyone is connecting the Robert Saleh, Mike McDaniel dots. I think McDaniel's probably still in play for some head coaching jobs, although maybe not likely, but he's going to be sought after to be an offensive coordinator. Do you think because of his past and relationship with Saleh, that would give the Titans an advantage on that?
Sometimes we connect dots, and when you do that, you think okay, yeah, this is going to these guys were, here together. Well, sometimes coaches hate each other. You know what I mean? I think, I guess the part I would say is assuming they have a good relationship and like each other, then yeah, I think that, anytime you work with somebody, if you had a positive experience with them, then for sure. I think unless, the guys have, spoken publicly or you truly know what the relationship is, then I don't know that, just because they were, one spot together that it would work out. Now I would say this would be my, outsider looking in on it. Clearly Kyle Shanahan thinks a lot of Robert Saleh. It's why he brought him back, right? It's why he hired him in the first place, why he brought him back. I do also know that, look, Kyle Shanahan thinks highly of Mike McDaniel. So, yeah, you start to collect or connect dots like that, then I would think that, yeah, that's a possibility. Now, if you have an opportunity to maybe go somewhere else that's maybe as attractive if you're Mike McDaniel, maybe even more, then, yeah, there could be some competition.
Tim Hasselbeck is with us. How important is it for Robert Saleh to not necessarily ask Cam Ward, hey, who do you want as your offensive coordinator, but get to know Cam enough in a short amount of time to then maybe gauge the candidates that are out there that will fit Cam Ward?
I think that I think here's what I would say. I thought the Ravens owner, Steve Bisciotti, had a really, I thought his comments about Lamar's input in terms of the next head coach, I thought they were good. I think they were like, yeah, you want to talk to the guy and you want to be there in some meetings? Great, I'll have you there. At the same time, I'm making this decision, right? It was kind of like, you're a player and I'm the owner. And so I think a similar thing when you look at this, where I think it's good to see an interaction, see if guys, hit it off, see if there's a past relationship in terms of, when Cam went through the process, when he was being evaluated to come out for the draft. All of those different things, I think you could, I don't know, I'd be open to like at least observing them or, having him meet. But at the same time, like, it's a very unproven player. Like, he should not have any say in terms of who the next offensive coordinator is.
Well said. Tim Hasselbeck with us on the Chase and Big Joe show. Look, you have me laughing because when you said the comment about sometimes coaches don't like each other, I mean, one of my greatest things I ever saw in college was two college coaches fighting each other. It's usually on the goal line scrimmage, right? And you get the offensive coach fighting the defensive coach. That's a fantastic moment. So I love the fact that you brought that up, Tim.
I'm not sure Buddy Ryan and Kevin Gilbride exchanged Christmas cards. Yeah, right. So they're like, oh, you guys were in Houston together. Like, yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, it's especially on the collegiate level. High school, not so much, but I'm sure you saw coaches at Boston College who didn't get along and were great coaches.
Well, I can tell you guys that I've talked to, and continue to talk to guys that are, friends of mine that are in coaching. Usually when I talk to them, they gripe about their season or whatever, and usually they end up just completely trashing some coach that's on their staff that's driving them crazy. So, I mean, it's, just because you're not on the same staff as somebody doesn't mean that you always think that guy's doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this. Do you think Robert Saleh is Mike Vrabel 2.0 for the Tennessee Titans?
Meaning like just, hey, second time around and you have some success?
Well, hard ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think that his way of coaching, I think there's an intensity to it. I think there's you look at the defenses that he's coached, how they play. I think good coaches generally, you can see the identity, kind of their personality in the identity of the team. So I think that there is, a tough, hard-nosed mentality that you're going to see from him. Now, I also believe that he is going to hire an offensive coordinator and completely hand it over to that person.
Yeah, as he should, right?
Yeah, and that's not a negative. That is what most coaches do. Andy Reid turns the defense over to Steve Spagnuolo. And so he's going to do that. So the personality of that coach, how long that coach is there, the assistants that he puts on the staff, I think can have almost as strong of a influence on the personality of your team.
Right. And thank you again for bringing it up. Every detractor about this hire is like, well, at the Jets, he was 20-36. Tim, you know the NFL better than anybody that we know. You know the Jets organization. It's a disaster. So I tell people, don't use that against Robert Saleh because his hands were tied in New York City.
Look, Sam Darnold, who, is playing in the NFC Championship game, has won, 28 regular season games in 2 years, who, they had drafted and wanted to make it work out and all that. Like, it didn't work, right? Didn't work with, Aaron Rodgers. It didn't work with Robert Saleh. It didn't work with, it hasn't worked with Aaron Glenn. So they were obviously like Joe Douglas, who is, was their GM for a while, has a very good reputation. Like, didn't work with him. I just, there are a lot of issues there. And, look, I don't know what they all are, but when nobody has had success there, I think it's probably not necessarily fair to say like, oh, that guy didn't win there. Like, why would Aaron Rodgers have a better year somewhere else than he did in New York? Probably because the structure of the organization in general is better in Pittsburgh than it is in New York.
Are you surprised that he got the job and it wasn't Nagy?
I'm surprised, and maybe things were, maybe we were getting the news 2 days later, because that's some of what you don't know. But like Sean McDermott, like if I had a head coach opening, and I hired a coach before I had the opportunity to talk to Sean McDermott, maybe unless you're getting Harbaugh, I would feel like, I wish I had the opportunity to talk to that coach.
That's a fair one.
Yes.
That is a fair one. Where do you think this thing goes with Sean McDermott?
And assuming he wants to get right back in it, I mean, he would be the guy that I wanted. And I guess the way that I'm kind of hearing it, it feels like he wants to get right back in it. Maybe Tomlin will take a year off and do TV. If that's the case, I think the best candidate is Sean McDermott. I mean,
yeah,
you know, you can talk about the disappointments in terms of, you know, lack of success in the postseason, but look, they had the ball bounce, you know, kind of, you know, not bounce their way a few times, like, you know, up against Mahomes in the playoffs and some absurd stuff happening. This last one, you know, with a team that quite frankly is like just an okay team with a great quarterback. You know, when you think about what he had done in the 9 years as the head coach, it wasn't all with Josh Allen as a starting quarterback. They basically were manufacturing wins as they were fighting through different quarterbacks there in Buffalo. And so he's a really good football coach, So, yeah, anybody that's got an opening, I think, would try to maybe slow play what they have going on in order to talk to him.
Well, the Tomlin thing is interesting. If he wants to do TV, that's fine. But a really good friend of mine does Sunday nights on ESPN with Scott Van Pelt. I wouldn't be happy if Tomlin moved into that position. I'd have a word or two with Mike about that.
Hey, they might have to pay that position a little differently to get Tomlin.
Right.
Well, so we have, Tim, we're on YouTube and everything too. And our title says Chase and Big Joe Show, Titans hire Robert Saleh and Tim Hasselbeck. So people are thinking that you have been hired by the Titans because of our title. So we're sorry about that.
Is there am I getting a raise for that? Now that we're on the topic of money.
I will call Amy Adams Strunk and I will see if we can make that. Hey, you know, you as the offensive coordinator wouldn't be a bad thing.
I mean, well, let's we might be a little premature on that one, but I think he might prefer Mike McDaniel to me.
Okay.
Well, all I got to say, if you do get that OC job, we never punt. We never punt. We always go for it. Always.
Okay. Hey, that's a little bit like our ESPN analytics. I feel like every time they pull those up, it's like, go for it. I'm like, really? Like, we lost yards the last 2 or 3 plays.
Right.
Like, do we want to?
It's 4th and 12 from the 2. We're going for it.
I'm sure there's some math in there that makes sense, but man, that makes me feel uneasy.
We will have more with Tim Hasselbeck, including the playoffs, coming up next here on Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, you know, we've talked for the last 2 years about mental health for men, you know, and something that I said yesterday resonated with a lot of people and said, listen, you still haven't met everybody in your life that's going to love you. And we mean that. That's why we need you here. And I understand if you're struggling and going through things, it's okay. We started this because we care about you and we need you here in our life. And the question I get back from people is like, I don't have hope. You got hope, right? We're here. You got hope. God gives you hope. And we're also so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track, live the life you deserve, and tell you all about that hope. You know, reaching out to someone and talking to someone changed my life, and I want the same for you. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show. There, you'll see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care and start taking back your life. It's private. It's secure. It's confidential. They have telehealth. No one's got to know. I just need you to reach out. Also, this is important. You may be the one who notices a loved one isn't doing quite well, and you could be that person to help them turn their life around. Again, just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There on the right side is all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. We tell you all the time how much we love you guys. Help is just around the corner, and you have hope. Hope is there. No, you'd never have hope. You got hope. So take back your life, and please know you don't have to go through any of this alone. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and let the journey to wellness begin.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday, continuing our conversation with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. So the championship games are set. It is going to be the Patriots taking on the Broncos, the Seahawks taking on the Rams. But I want to start with the Broncos. Jarrett Stidham now gets his number called, and he will be the starter for the Broncos. Bo Nix hurts his ankle. He is out for the remainder of the season. I hate this because this was setting up to be 1 versus 2 and a great game, and Bo Nix has had a tremendous season, but that's football, and unfortunately for him, this is how it ends.
Yeah, it's awful for Bo Nix. I think he's been a better player than maybe he's even gotten credit for being. And you just look at his production, in terms of just scoring touchdowns, both, running and passing, his rookie season and what he's done this season. So, and, I think he's kind of streaky, but he's the kind of guy that kind of when he gets hot, like he plays at a really high level. And I think Sean Payton's done an incredible job with him. I think Stidham's a good player. I think Stidham can play well. The hard part for me with Stidham ends up being that, like, you get thrown right to it. Hadn't played football in a long time, just even in this season alone. And now all of a sudden, you get thrown into this crazy environment. So that, I think, is hard versus hey, this is your third game as the starter, stuff like that. Now, it's easier than it happening, on the first series. But I would expect like just the speed of the game to be something that's difficult to deal with for somebody that hasn't played meaningful offensive snaps this season and even going back to last season. So that to me ends up being the challenge. It is one game. It's a really good defense. Drake May's put the ball on the ground a bunch, the last few weeks. And so I do think it gives Denver a chance. But I ultimately I kind of feel like it's going to be too much to overcome.
Well, and I was going to ask you about that. I mean, the Patriots look pretty good, but like you said, Drake May has got to take care of the football. That was something that Vrabel, said both during the game and after the game. So what are those conversations like between Josh McDaniels and Drake May and Mike Vrabel and Drake May this week about trying to just take care of the football?
Yeah, I think it's important to know that, like, a head coach or a coordinator will talk to the quarterback on any given week, and depending on the matchup, they will communicate how, you anticipate the game going. So, like, if you're playing backup tackles and it's going to be hard to block them, the message will be delivered, hey, look, we need to play with a little bit more urgent clock in our head in the passing game so we're not taking sacks. So, you may say, look, we're playing a guy. We think it'll create struggles for them on offense. So not giving them a short field will be an important factor for us. So being smart with the football, in certain areas of the field, more so than usual, is going to be an important piece of this game. So those are the conversations that I think are had. May knows that he needs to play better. He said as much in his post-game press conferences. I do think he's one of those players as a young player that has gotten himself in situations where he hasn't always played in a way that the score should dictate, meaning whether you're up or whether you're down, like that can impact how aggressive you are with the football. And I think that's one of the areas of growth you can see in his game.
Love it. Talking to Tim Hasselbeck on the Chasing Big Joe show. Flipping over to the NFC, Zach Charbonnet's out for the Seahawks on Sunday. How much does that hurt that offense, Tim?
Yeah, it's a big deal. He's been their best running back, which is a little unique because, Kenneth Walker is the higher drafted guy and all that stuff. But now Kenneth Walker's had success, against the Niners this season. So I think it's a big deal. Do I think it, ultimately ends them? I don't. The story really is how good Seattle's defense is, and then the fact that they get to play the game at home. That's a big deal. And look, the Niners are really depleted. So I show me the Rams are a team that is has their own issues. So when I look at the Rams and I think of a divisional matchup and all that stuff, I think what it would take to beat Seattle in Seattle with their defense, kind of getting last week confused in terms of, how depleted that Rams team and what it looked like. That's, Niners team and what that looked like. That was 9 points in 8 quarters, from a Kyle Shanahan offense. Like, that's not good. Like, just give you a sense of how good the Seattle defense is. But I think what it will take to beat them is somebody like Stafford who's seen it all, who's able to, beat things because he's kind of better pre-snap and can make all the throws and all of that stuff. I guess I just would say, I think he gives them a chance, because of that.
I love, and this Rams team, they go on the road to Carolina, win, and at the last minute they beat Chicago in overtime. It's almost like this team is Teflon. Like, nothing is sticking to this team. They know the job, they know the assignment, they know nobody believes in them, and they get the job done. That was an amazing game, watching that game on Sunday night. And Stafford is so good, Tim, and you know this.
Yeah, I think that's the key. He's the equalizer, and he's played at an MVP level. They obviously have receivers that are a problem. When you think about Nakua after the catch is outstanding. Devontae Adams still does his stuff. They're running the football. And I think defensively they're really good. So I think it's a well-coached, talented team who who has an elite quarterback that no matter the situation, everyone feels like, they're still in the mix. And that's why I think, like, in order to go into Seattle, deal with all that noise, all the things you have to deal with playing on the road in the postseason, play an incredibly talented, defense. Like, in order to win, I think you need some of those things to kind of go in your favor. And then I would say this, look, when you look at Sam Darnold, I think he's got 6 interceptions in the 2 games this season against the Rams.
Wow.
And so, and every interception is going to have its own story, but it just doesn't feel good for a quarterback to have that be the case going into your third matchup against a team.
Before I let you go, your thoughts on Fernando Mendoza from last night. I mean, that run in the fourth quarter will be shown for generations. That was just unbelievable. He's going to go number 1 to the Raiders probably. I mean, the Davis owner, Mark Davis, sitting there staring him down in the end zone last night before the game. How do you think he transitions, Tim, to the NFL level?
I think it's clear he's smart. It's clear that he's accurate and a good decision maker, and it's clear he's tough. So I think there's a lot to like about him. I was really impressed with the athleticism of the touchdown run that he had. So he's going to he'll be an impressive prospect. There's no question about that in terms of, and I think the draft process will be favorable to him. The most impressive thing he did last night, I thought, was Indiana couldn't block those guys up front. And it was tough sledding. And so, that can force you into bad decisions as a quarterback. And it didn't. I thought the way that he fought through it all was really impressive. So it will probably be shocking to me if he's, not one of the first 3 picks.
Is little Timmy Hasselbeck ever have a run like that in junior pro?
Never. No, I don't think I ever had a run. He broke like 3 tackles and like is diving forward like that.
That was awesome.
Listen, that's against a really good defense. So he's good. I knew he was a good passer and he's tough. That was impressive.
Timmy, appreciate it as always. Good stuff, and we look forward to the next few weeks watching Robert Saleh build his coaching staff.
Yep, we'll be interested. Did we just add an MY to my name, by the way? I think we did.
I did call you Timmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Junior pro Timmy.
That was little Timmy. Thank you, Tim.
See you, fellas.
See ya, Tim Hasselbeck joining us here on the pro. I didn't even realize I did that.
He's going to block the number now.
He's like, I'm done with these guys. Tim Hasselbeck joining us here on the program, as he always does, every Tuesday at 1:00.
Yeah, real quick, Indiana, breaking news. Indiana backup quarterback Alberto Mendoza, Fernando's brother, is entering the NCAA transfer portal immediately, sources tell ESPN. Now, though, Indiana had signed Josh Hoover, ESPN's number 6 ranked transfer quarterback from TCU, to take over. So he was probably going to start. So Fernando can leave. Not Fernando. Alberto can leave. He's got 3 years left of eligibility. And programs Georgia Tech, Duke, and Stanford are all looking for quarterbacks.
Did I see that Tennessee hired the strength coach from Indiana?
They hired. Is that where he's from? The highest paid strength coach ever.
Yeah, he was their strength. He won the championship last night, and Tennessee got him.
Well, good. Get paid, man.
615-737-1025. Let's we'll get back into Robert Saleh and him coming to the Titans next. But right now, give me a caller. Caller number 3. Caller number 3 for Dale Earnhardt at 615-737-1025 will win a pair of tickets to the Pro Wrestling Symphony at Eastside Bowl on Sunday, February 1st. Nashville history will be made as the crowning of the first Pro Wrestling Symphony champion will happen on February 1st. Will it be Colby Carter, Adrian Thomas, Tim Bosby, or the Iron Demon, Shane Mercer? Plus, WWE Women's ID champion Lainey Luck will be there as well. So check that out, February 1st, coming up at Eastside Bowl. 615-737-1025, and you can win tickets. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni, 1025 The Game.
clearly Kyle Shanahan thinks a lot of Robert Saleh. It's why he brought him back, right? It's why he hired him in the first place, why he brought him back. I do also know that, look, Kyle Shanahan thinks highly of Mike McDaniel. So you start to collect or connect dots like that, then I would think that, that's a possibility. Now, if you have an opportunity to maybe go somewhere else that's maybe as attractive if you're Mike McDaniel, maybe even more, then there could be some competition.
Tim Hasselbeck joining us in the last segment talking about Robert Saleh and the hiring.
I think we're working our magic. I think we're slowly convincing people, because Tim said it eloquently. We've talked about it too, about don't compare the Jets job. And then you see all these players that have just loved Robert Saleh, because the common theme was he cares about us and he coaches us hard, man. And that's Vrabel-esque, right? I mean, that's the way it is today. And so I think it's a slam dunk hire for this franchise.
The thing that's interesting is I'm seeing a lot of the insiders basically report that what won the Titans over was he was very detailed on his offensive coordinator plan and the plan for Cam Ward, and that he came prepared, that this is, it's like, okay, I got the defense. This is what I'm going to do on the defense. But specifically for Cam Ward, he laid it out bit by bit what he wanted to do.
We all have our little sources here and there and everywhere. I am told that Amy Adams Strunk loves Cam Ward.
Yes.
Loves Cam Ward. So to come in and say, here's my plan to take Cam to the next level, win games, and excite the fan base, she was all ears. You got to be, right? So I think it's a great job by Saleh coming in, being prepared, and pitching what he wants to see as a vision, and they bought into it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you. And look, I want, now I want to see how this plays out. Pat McAfee said, I think Robert Saleh is a good coach and he's a good hire by the Titans.
Thanks, Pat.
Cam Ward is talented, and it's really important who they hire as their offensive coordinator. Or Dan Orlovsky said that on Pat McAfee.
But here's another thing called the national. Have you ever heard a national guy say anything bad about something?
No,
never.
Yeah, because they don't watch this team. So
yeah, exactly right. That's what I always tell. Like we talked to McLean, like from your 5,000-foot view outside the national bubble, what are people saying about the Titans? He's like, they don't say very much about them.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's it. But I think it's great, man. And if he's got a detailed plan for Cam and a good OC to come in here, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about this.
I am excited, and a lot of people have thrown this out about the fact that you have Saleh versus Liam Cohen twice a year now, and apparently they do not like each other.
Oh, I just asked our esteemed producer to find that soundbite where they were, if he can, about going at it, because what Saleh basically said, I'm going to rip you apart when I see you again.
I will bleep your world up, is what he said.
Look, man, bring me a coach who's going to fight you, fight me, fight opposing coaches, might go in the stands to fight opposing teams. Give me that coach.
Well, here's the thing. There's a clip of him, and I think it was with the Jets, but he's doing like a pregame speech, and he says, I don't want you to play hard. I want you to F them up. And I was like, let's go.
Yeah,
let's
right?
go. That's what I want.
All day long.
That's what I want from a football coach.
Yeah.
Like, blank them up.
I don't want pool noodles.
No.
I don't want you getting points because you and Dr. Crane in the 3-legged sack race beat me and Joe Rexroad, and you get 4 points and we get 1. That was the whole thing with Callahan. I went down that whole thing. We talked about it. I mean, your time is limited with these guys. So why are you doing pool camp, church camp, like having a good time out there, right? And at the end of the day, you get the Capri Suns.
Yeah.
I get all that. No, man, get me out there and work your ass off.
Don't forget your orange slices.
Those are very important.
Orange slices and
nap time.
Everybody gets a trophy and slap on the butt.
Nap time is extremely important for these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just do that and get strong, get big, get mean. So now you get the number 4 pick, and you're Robert Saleh. Right. And so now, I mean, do you want a defensive guy? What do you need? What are your needs? He's got to think of all that now. Senior Bowl next week and find people out down there. But just my thing at number 4, don't take a receiver. Just don't take a wide receiver at the 4th pick.
Why?
They just don't.
They don't work.
Not first year. It's really tough. Now there's a few. Jamar Chase, Justin. I get. There's a few.
I still
pop.
want Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in an ideal world, like if you feel that Bain is the 4th overall pick, then you take Ruben Bain at number 4 and you keep on moving and you're good to go. If you feel like that's your guy, but you can get him at 8 or 9 or 10, then see if you can find a dance partner, trade back, and get more draft assets.
Well, the whole thing is like, well, he's got short arms. Listen, I saw Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs got short arms, but they wreak havoc wherever they go. That's fine. You can have short arms, but that motor Ruben Bain is not good. And you got a defensive coach who knows what he's doing and can fire. You got one job, Ruben, quarterback every time. I would take him all day, every day. Don't get bogged down in the measurables again about short arms and small hands. God, can you play football? Will you play your ass off for me? Are you good? All right, let's go get it done. We've gotten so knocked down with, well, his hands are 9.5, whatever, circumference and this and that. Just can you give me everything you got, man? That's what I want to know. Ruben Bain is that guy. Hell, Tim just said it earlier. Indiana couldn't block those guys up front last night.
Yeah.
Nobody could because they're good. And get him in here and you just go after the passer, man. Look, you're never going to find Javon Curse again in 99, but you can get in the neighborhood of guys in the neighborhood like with that. Javon Curse is not on this team in 1999. Titans go 8-8.
Yeah.
They ain't 13-3. They're not. He wreaked so much havoc on opposing teams that it was beautiful to watch. If you can get part of that with Ruben Bain all day long.
I laughed at Paul Kuharski. So Schefter tweeted that Falcons named legendary assistant coach Bill Callahan as their offensive line coach, and Kuharski tweeted it and said, legendary with a 2-year gap.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best. He's going to turn that O-line around. Oh, no.
615-737-1025. What do you think? Robert Saleh, head coach of the Tennessee Titans. We'll read your calls, take your texts. Plus, we will comment on the national championship game.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good one. Congrats to Indiana. We'll do that next. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
We won the national championship at Indiana University. It can be done, and I'm so happy for our fans. Words can't describe it.
Finally, how are you going to celebrate, Coach?
I'm going to beer.
We're 16-0. 16. National champions at Indiana University, which I know a lot of people thought was never possible. It probably is one of the greatest sports stories of all time. Are there 8 first-round draft choices on this team? Probably not. No, there aren't. But this team, the whole was greater than the sum of its parts.
That is national champion winning coach Curt Cignetti of Indiana University.
Did he crack a smile afterwards?
He did.
Okay.
He did smile.
All right.
He did smile. He smiled when he said, "I'm gonna have a beer."
Right. It was a great game. I mean, it's every game down the stretch in college NFL has been a great game. And Mendoza, if you didn't see the run Mendoza had on 4th and 5, is a run we talked about for decades, because his national championship game, what was at stake and how he got it done was just beautiful last night.
When he made that run, I was like, they're gonna win this game. No, I mean,
right. Hey,
Miami's gonna stay in it. Miami's gonna have an opportunity, but the football gods have decided that it's Indiana's year.
Yeah,
and it was fun. It's a great story. There will be a 30 for 30 one day about this.
All that.
Because if I rounded up 100 people and I said, what happens first? Indiana wins a national championship in basketball or football? 100 people would have said basketball.
Yeah, right. No doubt. Although if Steve Buscemi would have thrown that pass down the seam to his guy, somebody put a graphic of Steve Buscemi in a Miami
it's Carson
uniform.
Beck. Oh, it's pretty funny.
Dead on. I mean, that guy was open. The guy, if he'd waited half a second, the guy is open. And Carson Beck, but Carson Beck held his head in shame. I'm like, buddy, you got nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
I mean, you're
trying to win the game.
You got your team nobody thought you should be in the playoffs, and you got all the way down there and did it done. But anyway, to see Indiana, that's just a team that just fought and got it done. Now the question is, they're 16-0. Is that the greatest college football team of all time? That's never happened before. I don't know what hadn't happened since the 1900s.
Well, I'm not going to say based on that they're 16-0 because the rules have. I know. Here's your favorite thing: the asterisk. The rules have changed.
Yes, they have.
I think that 2019 LSU team is the greatest constructed roster in college football history, and it'd be pretty hard to argue against that.
Yes,
I think the 2001 Miami Hurricanes was pretty good. I think the 2006 Florida Gators, 8 Florida Gators were pretty good. But they're up there.
Yeah,
they're up there because would he say that they outweighed the sum of their parts, or however he worded it? I mean, and it's truth. Like, is Curt Cignetti the greatest coach ever? No. Otherwise, we had been talking about him before this. Was he the greatest coach this year? Yes.
It's the greatest single season sports story.
Yes.
Might be of all time.
Yes. And look, you can sit there and say, well, this is the NIL era. This is the transfer portal era. All true. Not going to argue with you. All true. But they took what was handed to them. They took the rules and they played it better than everybody else.
I mean, you look around other teams that could have, like, if Vanderbilt was Indiana and did this, you'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
You're a perennial losing
and
program.
if Vanderbilt beats Alabama and Texas, they might have been that.
You're right. Don't know. Yeah. So that's exactly right. But like if Kentucky football does that, I mean, it's still an amazing story. So they got the job done, and they played by the rules, and everybody's in there with what they got with the portal and everything. And but it's funny. He's got a lot of guys he brought over from James Madison. James Madison's a what program?
It's a group of 5.
It's a group of 5. Stay away. Group of 5, stay away. Although we'll take your coaches and your players, but you guys stay away from us. We don't want you around any. You go play in the court down over there. We don't want you down there. Yeah.
It's funny how it's funny how it works because JMU got into the playoff this year and they got their butts kicked.
They did. They did
But-
that.
So I mean,
You
look,
know what part last night drove me insane in that football game? You know what I'm going to tell you.
Herb Street.
I turn him down. I don't listen to his.
I like Herb Street, but you don't. So
He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay with what he does. I just don't like all the theatrics outside the booth. Can't stand it.
whatever.
All right. The damn punter from Miami. He looked like he was microwaving bagel bites. I'm gonna put these and I'm gonna wait a second. I mean, the guy, you have that's why I hate about college punters. You have that you could run to the right. And that guy, they said last night, the guy from Indiana was not on a punt block. He just read what was in front of him and took off and put the left and blocked the punt because the punter thought he had all day to kick the ball. So I cannot stand punters. Cannot stand them.
Well,
Go punt on that field over there.
they
Well,
don't
coach, you going to call me in? Probably not.
They
Just
don't
go over there.
They don't really care for you.
That's fine. I don't mind it at all. Punters, it should be no. Boom.
Well, congratulations to Indiana. And you know what? I have no problem with people jumping on that bandwagon either. Like, that's fine. This is one that nobody saw coming, so go ahead.
But we got to give kudos to a Father Ryan alum. Not not Dr. Crane.
Charlie Becker.
I mean, is he the king of the back shoulder catch? I mean, it's every time there's like 3rd and 12.
And he's what, a sophomore?
Sophomore.
Yeah.
15-yard catch, first down. Hey, we need 13 yards. Get you 14 yards. We need 21. Get you 22.
And I don't know if you realize this, Joe, but on all those single catches, there was no safety over him. It was all man-to-man. And that's what Mr. Becker mentioned, was all man-to-man coverages. And
Right.
if he has that opportunity, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's just clever. It's something
Right.
to keep in touch with.
And then did not Fowler say he's the fastest guy on the team? Like, he hits 22 miles an hour. Still, they're thinking, put that tall white boy over there. He ain't going to do anything. And he goes down the field and catches the ball.
They
I mean,
did
and
mention
gets it
Father
done.
Ryan on the broadcast, by the way, so it's pretty cool.
You stood up and said, "That's my school."
I did.
Get it, but every time there's a back shoulder catch, he makes the catch. The touchdown in the game versus Oregon, highest point. The guy goes up and gets it done. So Charlie Becker, Mr. Becker, the Becker family here in Nashville, well done. I should have probably reached out to him last night, and I didn't because I fell asleep.
Yeah, well,
My bad.
we'll work on it for sure. Faux show.
Faux show. Who's
Uh,
coming up at 2:35? I mean, who's coming up at 2:45? Celebrity birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays. Yeah, we got that. We're looking forward to it and having some fun as we do with what day is it? Celebrity birthdays.
just so good,
and
right?
you know, I'd rather do that than waste people's time with stupid things that are never going to come
Why
true.
do you waste
So,
my time? I
I
don't
know,
understand
right?
all that.
Like Nick Saban to Buffalo, like that.
That's a good one. He should go.
Yeah, he
got
should.
a lot of money.
He
Got
should.
Josh Allen. Yeah, should go up to Nick because Nick was so good at
Yeah.
the NFL.
Yeah, he was great, and he's so bored now. You know, so you might want to.
Although the commercials do make me laugh with Verbo. What he said,
because I think that's him.
What he said, no showers longer than 5 minutes.
Uh,
it's not a spa. I said what I said.
By the way, tomorrow, I'm excited about tomorrow. We're
Yes.
going to be in the borough. We're
Right.
going to be at the Boulevard in Murfreesboro to kind of have a little bit of an MTSU flavor show because on Thursday, Rick Insell has a chance to win his 500th game in college basketball at MTSU.
Pretty good.
Against Delaware. And he's going to join us tomorrow at 12:15. We'll have Chris Massaro fresh off the championship.
Wow,
And
well, they're great. Yeah.
so we're looking forward to that. We'll be at the Boulevard for our show tomorrow. But coming up next, we'll continue the reaction. Robert Saleh, head coach of the Tennessee Titans. We'll take your calls and texts on that. 615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni, 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Robert Saleh going to be the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans, according to reports. They have not announced it yet. My guess is that'll come this afternoon, unless I missed something. But I don't think they have announced it yet. But
no, I haven't seen anything either. Real quick, they have all unveiled a new weather model for this weekend.
Oh, I'm starting to think we're screwed.
If this happens, I'm not sure how Nashville's going to react. The European model, and our good friend Mark McNulty. Mark, we love you. Thanks for listening.
I love European models.
Right? They're pretty sexy. He says only 3 days out, and the Euro model is up the snow totals in Nashville and Middle Tennessee to 17 inches of snow. Right? A foot and a half of snow this week. I'd love it, man.
Have you ever seen that much snow in Nashville, Tennessee in your lifetime?
No, but Michael Irvin has. No, I have not. What are we talking about? This is a different Michael Irvin.
Two types of snow.
This Michael Irvin works downtown, another place. I have not, and I think the most I was like in the 80s. We got a ton of snow, like 7, 8 inches, 9. That's the biggest. I just can't
pause.
I can't do this without. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I'm trying. She said. I'm trying. I'm so sorry. No.
He said that.
Right. Hello.
Explain it again. Those nuggies.
So anyway, 17. Here we go. Foot and a half by this weekend would be a beautiful thing, man. A foot and a half of snow.
When it comes to innuendos and you and I setting each other up, we are Shaq and Kobe.
I cannot stop.
We are Shaq and Kobe when it comes.
And you've gotten better not dropping any Memphis references because that triggers me every time too.
Yeah. Well.
So 17 inches of snow this weekend. It's just unbelievable. I mean, yeah, man, Nashville's going to shut down.
It's going to be a lot.
Somebody said if that happens, millions will die.
Byron says, referencing me, you need to waste people's time with letting us know whether you're going to eat at the Apple Barn or Best Italian this week.
The Apple Barn.
The Apple Barn is on the list. It will be happening.
What's the
one of my favorite places?
Uncle Julio's?
There's an Uncle Julio's.
That's really good too. Yeah.
There's a Cancun.
Maybe
or not Calhoun's.
Calhoun's.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, it's not a Callahan's. We're good. We'll be fine with that. All right, continue on. Robert Saleh, welcome to town.
Oh, I can't wait till he joins the show, if that ever happens.
Oh, we're all good now. I'm all about it. And I think we've done a good job of convincing our good friends or listeners to drop the Jets comparison.
Yeah.
We've done a good job today. We've had multiple people explain how that franchise is a complete disaster.
Because we just ask nicely. We don't yell at you and try to make you think we're smarter than you, because we're really not.
We're not at all.
We know that.
Have a microphone. That's it. So we're good. So get him going, and it'll be great to see him here. But again, it'll be fun. The coordinators, what are you going to do? What's the plan? And that's really good.
615-737-1025 if you want to weigh in. What do you think? What do you think about Robert Saleh? A lot of you are texting in about the snow, which that's fine, but what do you think, Robert Saleh?
Here's the tweet from Connor Orr, the Sports Illustrated writer.
Not Connor Newt.
Connor Orr. A note on Saleh regarding the Titans hire. I heard his OC plan was incredibly detailed, comprehensive, and team specific, which likely eased concern for Tennessee. There's a ton of moving parts when it comes to the OC candidates this time of year, but he has a deeper well to access the talent more than most. So there you go.
Can I go off subject for just a second? Because I just saw this. Mike Garafolo on Twitter. Joe Schoen, he's the general manager of the Giants. He's not going to be the general manager for much longer, because I just read this quote. He says that he and John Harbaugh will work collaboratively.
Oh, God.
With Harbaugh having final say being, quote, just something that's on a piece of paper. Doesn't matter, end quote. See you, Joe.
Okay.
After the draft, you're going to get fired.
Oh,
that's what that means. We'll see you, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. And even says that Harbaugh's got the power, right? You know what he said?
Yeah. But he's saying, oh, that's just on a piece of paper. That doesn't mean anything. Well, that's called a contract. Generally, they mean something. Just saying.
The whole entire SI article about Robert Saleh is now out. And I'm not going to read it, but you could read it. It's pretty detailed about what went on with Robert Saleh, how Amy Adams got involved. The ownership group led by Strunk sat in for the quarterback planning piece of the 3-hour session, then brought Saleh to the cafeteria for dinner. And the second part of the interview, that lasts for another hour and a half, where Strunk got to see Saleh's energy and presence for herself. I'm telling you, Vrabel 2.0. Let me read real quick. That left Borgonzi and Brinker to meet privately with Strunk, where Borgonzi made his recommendations that Saleh was the guy, feeling that there was no more reason to wait as the team's exhaustive research matched what they witnessed the previous 5 hours. Saleh was then offered the job. He accepted it, and the group they called Simmons and Ward over FaceTime to deliver the news.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I will tweet this out on that Big Joe on the Go. This is pretty detailed. I love inside.
So
like
who
that.
had that?
Albert Beer and the SI guys had it.
Nice. So so they're saying Borgonzi was all about it.
Yep. And
Which I think he was. I believe it. I think that there was, things weren't done. They were all talking about it. And I think he probably went into this whole thing thinking that Matt Nagy would be a good fit because he knows Matt Nagy and you're comfortable with what you know. But I think he went out of his comfort zone. He talked to all these people. They interviewed more candidates than any other team, which I have no problem with whatsoever. Even Jason Garrett, which you and I had a better chance than him of getting that job.
Hey,
so they landed on their guy.
They did. Hey, let's go down the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Let's take this to the cafeteria.
Yeah, let's do that.
And go down there and there.
Supposedly it's a nice cafeteria.
I haven't been in the. If they revamped it, I've been in the.
Yeah,
old
they built a whole new one.
Okay, well that's good. So you go down there and an hour and a half eating and just hanging out.
The hush puppies, gotta try.
Yeah,
fish sticks.
Prepared. They didn't go out to eat. They stayed inside. I love it.
That's what she said.
Let's go to Tim on the Robert Saleh hire. Tim, what's up?
Hey guys, enjoy the show.
Thank you.
I think it probably worked out. I'm glad they hired him other than Nagy. Would we have liked to have John Harbaugh? Yeah, but I don't know that would ever happen. I mean, I don't think Harbaugh would ever come. I think we would have paid him what it would have took to get him. I just don't think he would ever came. Now, if his coordinators are going to do a whole lot, like you say, if we could get Mike McDonald for the OC, and then who would be a defensive coordinator? Who do you think he might choose for that?
He's
That's
gonna
himself, right?
Yeah, he's gonna run the defense.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I was kind of wondering. Sometimes when the coach spreads a step too thin, he gets a step in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for the call, Tim. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
Mike McDaniel.
It's driving you crazy, isn't it?
Mike McDonald
is about to whip somebody's ass.
Lives in Leaper's Fork.
Mike McDonald's the head coach of the Seahawks.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Michael McDonald.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Do that. What about Josh McDaniel?
McDaniels.
Now that it's under your skin.
This could be a question of the day of like things that drive you absolutely through the roof crazy that really shouldn't.
The ATM machine.
That's a good one. Mine is people that say when talking about their favorite team. Now, college that you went there, that's different. But like the Titans, well, we did this or we did that. That drives me crazy.
You watched, they played.
Yeah, exactly. Where was my invite? That drives me absolutely crazy.
Where was my invite?
Like that incensed me. And then, not everybody's going to know everybody's name, and I get that, but like McDaniels, I don't know. It's stupid. It shouldn't drive me crazy, but it does.
That's okay. That's right. You can only control what
I'm admitting my fault here.
You can only control what you can control.
That's right.
Like Amy Adams.
Strunk.
Whatever. She's Amy Adams to me.
You're Joel Dooley to somebody else.
I am Joel Dooley. Let's go to Nashville.
Yes. That's a good one. 615-737-1025. We'll have more on this. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni. 1025 The Game.
Saleh going to Tennessee. I like that move. I think I like that move
Yeah,
for Saleh.
I do too. I do too. Yeah, I think Saleh's a good coach. Who's going to be the offense coordinator? That's really the thing that matters the most. It's like the Giants. Harbs is a great hire. The success of the head coach in these places in New York and certainly in Tennessee is going to be almost solely dependent upon who's the offensive coordinator and where do they take that young quarterback developmental wise. I don't know if it's going to be Mike LaFleur. I don't know if it'll be Mike McDaniel. I don't know if it'll be Matt Nagy, but I do know this. Cam Ward is talented, and Cam Ward had as many wow throws as any quarterback in football. You can make the case, certainly the young ones. And I think this is a really interesting hire with Robert Saleh, who I believe is a good coach and, had some stuff stacked against him in New York. Is the offensive coordinator in Tennessee. cannot coach the special out of Cam Ward, but has to get the sloppy out of him, because there is some mechanical, like, hey, dude, like, we can't always shoot the three-pointer. So there is some mechanical stuff that you want to clean up, but you can't coach the special out of him. And I think that's really important for the hire.
I like Saleh a lot. It looked like he found his smile again.
Yes.
Which
That's
was
what he
good.
needs.
And then what happened to the Jets after he left? I mean, they still don't have an interception.
Nope.
They still don't have an
And
interception.
at least the
over there.
defense was always good with him there. The offense was horrendous, but the defense was always good.
And then the more
Respect
stories
him.
we hear about behind the scenes, it's like, how did this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do anything there. So good luck to him. We're happy football is giving him another opportunity.
That's the Pat McAfee Show, talking about Robert Saleh being the head coach of the Titans.
Here is also a little bit from the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It said they went down the conventional path of talking to those closest to Saleh in the industry, particularly Matt LaFleur, one of Saleh's best friends, his boss for a couple of months. That was extremely helpful. They also showed some creativity, dispatching veteran players like Jeffrey Simmons to ask other players about specific candidates. 49ers and Jets players spoke very highly of Robert Saleh. Then there was the interview. Saleh first spent 3 hours with Titans football leadership, a group made up of Borgonzi, Chad Brinker, and the top lieutenants, Dave Ziegler, Dan Sagani, and Reggie McKenzie. They went through Saleh's detailed plan for Cam Ward, in which Saleh demonstrated a real command of what Ward would need, not what he wanted, what he would need, including staffing on the offensive side with experienced candidates and a second phase plan should a coordinator leave. He came in, Robert Saleh did, guns a-blazing, ready to go to work. Yep. Love it. And then he said, hey, I got an interview in Arizona tomorrow, and that's what he did. He had an interview in Arizona. I'm like, we ain't leaving.
Well, and I'd love to know, I'm sure he had a plan for every team that was, or, that was going to be interested in him.
Yeah.
But if I'm him, I look at, potential fits, and I think the Titans do make sense, a ton of sense for him. And so I think he did that, and he did his research and had his plan together. And, I saw one texter was like, did he spend all his time planning for the Titans, and that's why the Seahawks
right.
ran it up on him? No, I think that the injuries caught up with San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh. So many injuries. And look, you take the Arizona job, who do you play 6 times a year?
San Francisco, or in Seattle and LA.
Yeah, and the Rams, right? So it's like, man, and it's Arizona. You come here now, you beat Liam Cohen's ass. CJ Stroud, that performance on Sunday, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Are the Jags going to hit fire? We don't know. And the Colts, man, they're a dumpster fire too as well. So, look, you're here now, and I just, again, we're on board with this hire. We all thought it'd be Matt Nagy because the buddy comp with all that. We're wrong.
Proved us wrong.
And then, and I think Amy got involved and said, hey, I like this vision. I like this passion. And I hope she said, Mike and Chad, what do you think? We like this guy. Good enough for me.
I think, and I've even read some things on this, that she was like, look, it's your call. I support you on what you want to do. I really like him.
Perfect.
Which is fine. Look, and let me say, I want to make sure everybody hears this. I have no problem if the owner says that. If the owner's like, hey, if you're giving me, if these are the two, I like this one better. Here's why. I think this one's good too, but I like this one better. Ultimately, it's your call and I support you on it. If that was the conversation, that's not meddling. I'm okay with it. That's
right.
giving an opinion.
I'm with you.
Which the owner should give an opinion.
Yes.
I mean, I'll go inside baseball here. I have those conversations with our owner all the time where, he might feel a little bit of a different way than I do, but ultimately he says, I support you, whatever you want to do. I got you. Here's my 2 cents. And that's fine. That's how it should be.
Yeah. No problem with it. But keep the channels open and talking to everybody. And I just think they got the hire right, man.
I think they did too.
It.
I think they did too. And they were due. They were overdue to get something right.
Now give me Mike McDaniel. Give me
Mike. I'm with you.
Give me him and let him work his magic.
Give me your top 3 OCs.
Art Smith's not going to come here. I love Art Smith, but I don't think he's going to go for a lateral move. I think it's McDaniel, Dayball, and after that, I don't know, because a lot of these jobs are going to be lateral moves. The Kubiaks, they're not. I mean, the lateral.
Well,
moves.
but here's the thing: you say lateral moves. Art's out of a job in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So he's going to go get. He's not going to. I don't think he's getting a head coaching job. So he's going to go get an OC job somewhere. So I do think he's in play. I don't know if they've had any sort of interaction with each other at any point in time, but I think he's in play. So I would say Mike McDaniel, Dayball, and then I'll put Art third.
So what's left open? Arizona,
Cleveland,
Pittsburgh, Cleveland,
Baltimore
is 4.
Or Raiders
5. Okay.
What's the other one? There's one more. Oh, Buffalo.
Duh. So 6, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
because there was 10 total, and Miami's filled, Titans are filled, Giants are filled, Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah, Atlanta. I forgot about Atlanta. Yeah, that's the one. So I thought we'd see more dominoes today, early on, because
I feel like it's been one a day.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 2.
So now I'm intrigued who gets that. I mean, Mike McCarthy, Pittsburgh native.
It makes too much sense.
I think they're going to hire some dude we've never heard of, like they usually do.
I think Flores is in play. I think Flores is either going to get Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
Okay. Who gets the Raiders job then?
I don't know.
And isn't it weird that Brady calls the games on Fox, has all that power with the Raiders? Didn't they strip him of something like you can't sit on certain meetings?
He can't go in person to facilities and go to the production meeting. He has to do everything on Zoom.
Okay. Makes sense.
Which I was told wasn't that big of a deal. That a lot of places have
you
done.
do got an inside source.
A lot of places do the production meetings on Zoom anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the Raiders one is intriguing. They're all intriguing.
Would you on a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised would you be if Brady had been secretly working behind the scenes and like Belichick shows up in Vegas?
That'd be great.
I think it'd be a terrible move, but I could totally see a swerve like that.
I truly wonder what their relationship is. I
think
wonder.
they're, again, I've been told that they're not buddies, but they have a tremendous amount of respect for one another because they know they needed each other.
Yeah.
And they were successful together. I think that Belichick was a hard ass on Brady, but I think Brady needed that. And it got old, but I think he needed it and respects that. And so I think that's what they are.
Well, I think that's why the Raiders wouldn't hire. I know we're tongue in cheek, but they already did it with the old guy, and Carroll wasn't very good. So it's intriguing to see who would want that job because you're going to get your quarterback, and then Brady's going to be near the whole time. So who knows? But the Cleveland, what do they do? I mean,
that's probably going to be like a Kubiak or so in all these hires,
Mike McDaniel,
maybe in all these hires, is Halfley the only coordinator non that didn't have head coaching experience?
Right.
All right, Stefanski went to Atlanta.
Harbaugh.
Saleh's coming here. Harbaugh goes to the Giants, and then Halfley to the Dolphins, and he had college experience, but he's the only one without NFL head coaching experience.
And Stefanski to the Falcons. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Right now, it's been former head coaches plus Halfley.
Man.
And McDermott's out there, too. They would forget about that. I mean, McDermott could get Baltimore. That actually makes sense, too.
That'd be great.
Like if McDermott got Baltimore, McCarthy gets Pittsburgh, then does Flores go to Vegas? And then a first-timer gets Cleveland and Arizona.
You said the Deion thing, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the Deion, the Browns would be something like what in the world, right?
I mean, that hadn't even been
not at
muttered.
all. Not at all. But I would think that I thought the Browns would have reacted quicker to this. And look, again, it's only one of 32 jobs in the world. Somebody's going to want it.
So this is how CBS ranks the 6 jobs that are open now. Bills are 1, Ravens are 2, Raiders are 3. I don't get that. Steelers are 4, Browns 5, Cardinals 6.
Steelers is something else because they don't have a quarterback.
Well, of these 6 teams, 2 of them have a quarterback, a solid quarterback. I mean, I know Cleveland kind of has one.
Yeah.
The Raiders technically have one because they have the number 1 pick, and they haven't. So that's going to be Mendoza. But
yeah,
he's a rookie.
Good to go.
Steelers don't have one. Browns unsure. Cardinals, they don't have one.
Cardinals, good. What a franchise, man. What a franchise. That I think they'll take a flyer on one of these young guys. But look, Titans don't have to worry about it now. You got your guy. Well, we always said he was the best candidate out there, and now go to work. It is telling. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It is telling that they FaceTimed before the ink was dry. They FaceTimed Simmons and Cam Ward.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
that's important.
And a detailed plan for Cam Ward, and then a detailed plan if one of the coordinators leaves after year 1. I mean, that's just really good.
I just want to point this out for the Bills job. Willie pointed this out yesterday, and I knew the answer, but neither the Adam and Derek didn't. Do you remember who Sean McDermott replaced?
Hold on. Don't do this to me. Malarkey was there in the mid 2000s. And then
Dick Duran was there.
Is it Rex Ryan?
Rex Ryan. They went from the Music City Miracle because Wade Phillips was the coach.
Correct.
They went to Greg Williams, and then I can't remember. I mean,
Malarkey's in that mix.
Malarkey's in the mix. Duran's in that mix. Yep. I feel like there's another one that's in there, and Rex Ryan. I mean, so again, just remember. And supposedly he criticized the roster. That was what did it, apparently, according to some reports.
McDermott criticized the roster?
Yeah, when he did his postseason kind of breakdown with Pagula and the GM, that he was like, we need to do some work on scouting and the roster and some of that.
It was Wade Phillips, Greg Williams, Mike Malarkey, Dick Duran, Perry Fuel, Chan Gailey, Doug Marrone,
that was another
Rex Ryan, Anthony Lynn, and Sean McDermott.
Oh, Anthony Lynn was the interim.
He was the interim. So was Perry Fuel.
Yeah.
Chan Gailey, former Sanford University football coach. Chan Gailey.
Yep.
Is Dick Duran even around with us anymore?
He is not.
He's
no
not.
longer with us. Yep.
Okay.
615-737-1025. We'll have more on this coming up next. 1025 The Game.
Robert Saleh is back as a head coach again after his time with the Jets ended up not very good, in large part because he never had a quarterback, and when he finally got one, he wasn't healthy. And then when he was healthy, they fired Robert Saleh 5 games into the 2024 season. He gets his chance now to go to Tennessee, where there is a young potential franchise quarterback in Cam Ward. There is plenty of cap space. They're going into a new stadium. You always got to be careful. If it didn't work out for a coach the first time around and you jump into a second job and it doesn't work out, then you're never getting another chance. That second one has to count. Saleh, I believe, is confident that he can make it count in Tennessee. And the added benefit, we get to see Robert Saleh and Jaguars coach Liam Cohen interacting after games twice a year. If you remember what happened back in September, it may be happening again 2 times every season for as long as both of them are with the Titans and the Jaguars.
As Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, talking about Robert Saleh. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday.
I mean, does it make you feel good? You got a coach now who's going to give you all. I'm not saying Brian Callahan didn't do that, but there's a different way to show giving all. And so Saleh, he's pissed off, he's mad, he's angry, he's a hard ass. I mean, everything you want in a football coach, he's that guy. And just talking to the players and reading the players who he's coached, they all love him. He coaches us hard, holds us accountable. We love the man. And so I think it's a great, great hire for this football team.
I do too. I do. I really do. And now I want to see what they do to build around it, build the team for him. You got the 4th overall pick. You got, you're going to be picking 4th in all the rounds in the draft.
Yeah.
Can you add more draft picks? And you got $100 million in cap space. So how quick can you turn this around?
And a thing we hit on earlier was like, you should have talked to Sean McDermott. I mean,
who knows if they did or didn't? We don't know.
And so if you feel Saleh's your guy, you let him go and he goes to Arizona, and then McDermott's like, yeah, I'm not going to Tennessee. That owner's crazy down there. Then what are you left with? They felt like they got the right guy. And look, McDermott's a great coach. He'll land and do great things, but Saleh was your guy, and he had to grab him right now, because if not, he was out the door. And from what all indications were, Arizona was going to hire him. And the fact they got in front of Arizona first, he came here, he's your guy. So let's get the Jets talk out of here. Let's get the Sean McDermott talk out of here. Some of y'all are still upset about Mike McCarthy. I don't know what happened to Mike McCarthy. Maybe he interviewed bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now you got your guy. And look, I'm on board with it, 100%.
I know that I will just pass this along. I know that Diana Rossini went on across the street and did say that she's not getting the sense Mike McDaniel is going to come here as the OC.
I don't think so.
I mean, that he might get the Cleveland job.
That's what I think.
I'm not ruling that out, that, Arizona or Cleveland, one of these teams. I don't think he's getting Baltimore or Pittsburgh or Buffalo, but could he get Cleveland or Arizona? There's a distinct possibility that could happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's wishful thinking that it could happen, but I mean, once you've tasted that as a head coach, you want to do it again. And that's the thing with Art Smith. And that's the thing with McDaniel and on and on. And, McDaniel might be a great fit for Vegas. Who knows? But I just, let's stop Saleh do his thing.
Yeah. So they got plenty of time. There are good candidates out there to be the offensive coordinator. If Brian Daboll doesn't end up with the Buffalo job or another job, could he be a possibility? I would sign up for that too.
Yeah.
So there are going to be a lot of names that you're going to hear over the next few weeks. I mean, they got to announce him. They got to announce Robert Saleh as the head coach first. That hadn't even happened yet.
Hey man, they're doing their time, not Chase McCabe's time.
Well, if more people were on my time, I think they'd be better.
But it's funny, the X factor and all this, Cam Ward.
Yep.
As it should be. And we laughed about what Cam's like, well, I want to have an input in the I don't think it was an input, like talk to the coach. And Cam is your franchise guy, and you got somebody you can build upon. He works hard. I hope the shoulder comes back and he's good to go. And then you go forward and be part of that. But Cam is the X factor in all this, and that's fine. And you work with him, you build that defense, man. And then I think football is very cyclical. You talk about offense and scoring. We've seen the defenses in these games and these teams just really step up. I think it's slowly swinging back to having a powerful defense once again.
Do you think I could sense around 3:00 they announce it in presser this afternoon?
No, presser tomorrow.
Presser tomorrow.
I mean, maybe he's got to go home, get his kids.
Yeah, maybe
come back and and say, hey, we'll.
But I think it gets announced this afternoon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
and then the press conference tomorrown, and then get
like
it done.
a 10:00 press conference.
And you want to get it because you got Senior Bowl coming up, and then you got Armageddon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be stuck here with all of us, all those peasants this weekend.
Just go to Houston.
Just get back down there to Houston, man.
I don't blame her. I don't think that'd be a terrible thing. So
yeah, true.
I feel good. I like it.
I feel good. Man.
We gotta see him build the staff and all that stuff. But
I just all too often are we ever like get something that we wanted, right? It's always they heard, oh man, I wanted this guy, I wanted that guy, and then now you got the guy to come in here. I think he's gonna come in here just busting tail, man, and I'm all for every bit of it.
Yeah. 615-737-1025. And again, on the weather, obviously, we're going to keep everybody posted on that. That's going to be mainly you two doing that because Thursday and Friday I'm out and going to be unreachable and very happy about that. But
well, I hope Friday when Dr. Crane not doing the show, I hope it starts coming down. I'd love to sit in here and just all day DVD from 3 to 6. We go back on from 6 to midnight. I'd love it, man. That'd be fantastic.
Well, you guys have carte blanche to do whatever it is that you want to do.
I'll bring the go-kart.
Yeah.
What cart?
Go-kart. You could ride it around in the snow.
Bring your pizza.
That I could do.
Oh, yeah. Bring the pizza oven. There you go.
Speaking of, Robert Saleh has mentioned online multiple times what his favorite foods are. One of them is pie, pumpkin pie, and the other one is pizza. So
we're going to make sure that you, Nico, get to make Robert Saleh pizza.
Yeah.
When we meet him, when we get him on the show, we're going to make sure you guys connect and look, he has high standards with New York, being in New York, but you will live up to it.
Thank you. Yeah. This won't be a New York slice. It'll be a Neapolitan slice.
Yeah. I like the Neapolitan.
So when you say Neapolitan, I'm thinking of ice cream when it's got like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. That's what I think. That's what I default to.
I'll just buy you a gallon of that. How about that?
I love the crust. Like that was my favorite part of his
crust.
Pizza. Well, the whole thing. But
how about you make a pizza, we hand it to Saleh, and we all start giggling, and he'll be like, "I'm not eating this."
Yeah, we're not going to do
that. Anyway, all right, that's good. How are we doing there? Everybody okay? All right. Hey, how about that?
Let me ask you a question. Now that the people that made this decision are all gone, would you consider bringing Kevin Byard back? He's going to be a free agent.
Let's see why not.
He's an all-pro and led the league in interceptions.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I mean,
again,
I'd look at it.
Does he want to come back?
Yeah, I mean that'd be he said he's quote this. I bring this up because he said, "quote I think the same way the organization is always going to do what's best for the team. I think I owe that to my family as well."
Still has a house here.
Yeah. So
why not?
I would do it.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in your history.
But don't bring him back for that.
No, I think he's still a productive player. I think he's got it. I think he might be going to Canton one day.
Not a chance.
You say not a chance?
Kevin Byard is not mentioned in the Hall of Fame category. He's a damn good player. He ain't going to Canton.
I mean, the numbers say otherwise, I think, for the position. I don't know. We'll come back with what day is it and celebrity birthdays here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. DVD coming up in a few minutes. Looking forward to their reaction to Robert Saleh being named the head coach of the Titans. And the Titans have yet to make it official, but I have a feeling that'll be happening at some point in the near future. We will be out in the borough tomorrow at the Boulevard, so look forward to that. You can come by and see us there from noon to 3 and continue to react to the Titans and Robert Saleh. With that, let's get to what day is it, and we're not going to waste anybody's time any longer. Celebrity birthdays.
First on the list, we have Camcorder Day, International Day of Acceptance, National Butter Crunch Day, interesting, National Cheese Lovers Day, love that dairy, National Coffee Break Day, National Disc Jockey Day is today, so the DJs.
Hey!
Shout out to all those. Let's see, Penguin Awareness Day is today.
Are we aware that they're adorable?
Yes.
What would you name your penguin?
I told you. Pigeon or penguin?
Penguin.
Oh, Kong.
Kong. Got it. Rid of the world of fad diets and gimmicks day. Take a walk outdoors day. Get that vitamin D. So that's all we got.
That vitamin D, baby. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. I'm not going to waste your time at all either. All right, Chase McCabe, we go. John Neighbor. How old is John Neighbor? The famous, you know who he is. John Neighbor.
74.
80.
70. Dr. Crane. Ozzie Guillen.
77.
Ozzie Guillen, I'm going to say 63.
62. Chase on the board, 1-0. Chaser, Rich Gannon.
Former MVP, Rich Gannon.
Bonus points. Where did he go to college?
Stanford?
No, sir. Delaware.
Rich Gannon. So he is 58.
57.
60. Chase up 2-0. Dr. Crane, former Dallas Cowboy center and Tennessee Oiler center, Mark Stepnoski.
61.
56.
59. Dr. Crane's on the board. 2-1. Chaser, David Eckstein.
54.
Come on, Dr. Crane.
World Series champion David Eckstein.
That's right.
He is 51.
51 exactly.
Nice.
Dr. Crane's up 3-2. Dr. Crane, Nick Foles. How old's Nick Foles?
43.
39.
37. We're tied at 3. This is good. Chaser, former Kentucky basketball player and now with the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero.
28.
29.
26. Chaser's on top 4-3. All right, here we go. Dr. Crane, Paul Stanley. You know who Paul Stanley is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kiss. Yeah, Paul Stanley. Come on.
All right.
I'm going to go 72.
75.
74. Chase up 5-3. Chase, how old is Bill Maher?
70.
72.
70 exactly. Chase up 7-3. Dr. Crane, Lorenzo Lamas. How old is he? By the way, he's in the movie Grease too, by the way, if you're playing at home. Lorenzo Lamas.
I'm going to go 69.
71.
68. It's now 7-4. This is good, folks.
Nice, by the way.
Chaser, Dwight Schrute, Rainn Wilson. How old is Dwight Schrute from The Office?
54.
49.
60. Dr. Crane, how old Stacey Dash? Actress that was in Clueless.
50.
51.
59. Chaser, how old is Melissa Rivers, Joan Rivers' daughter?
56.
49.
58. Chase is up 8-4. Dr. Crane, how old is Questlove from Jimmy Fallon Show?
48.
52.
55. Real quick with these. Chaser, you get to go. How old is actor James Denton, Jamie Denton, Desperate Housewives? He's from Nashville, from Goodlettsville, actually. Jamie Denton.
53.
60.
63. Dr. Crane. Country singer John Michael Montgomery.
66.
64.
61. Chaser. Singer Edwin McCain.
42.
59.
56. Last one. Dr. Crane. Country singer Brantley Gilbert.
48.
Now, Chaser, you get this one head on. You get double digits. We haven't had double digits in a long time.
32.
Nice. 41. 8-4. Chase, you win again.
I believe today is also a man that walked on the moon, Buzz Aldrin. I think it's his birthday.
Not on my list.
Is he still with us?
Check him out. He is with us, but check him out. Not on the list. How dare you question the list?
January 20th, 1930. He's 96 years old.
Didn't make the list.
Congratulations and happy birthday.
How does he not make
to
the
Buzz
list?
Aldrin? I don't know.
My staff, swear to God.
Yeah.
You had a Swedish politician when you weren't here.
Yeah, we
Crazy
did.
list.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. That is going to do it for us today.
As we leave the show every day, Dr. Crane, let you know that our message of men's mental health, the reason we started this, because I got tired of losing friends to suicide. And I just want you to go, the whole thing was, the common denominator was they felt like they didn't have hope. And I'm here to tell you, you got hope. You got hope in us. You got hope in God more than anything else. And know that you are so loved and help is available. We'll tell you all the time, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Please talk to a therapist. Please talk to us. We're here for you to let you know how much you are loved. And I'm telling you, what I said yesterday, in your life, you still have not met everybody that's going to love you. Still need you around. Know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll, DVD, and their reaction to Robert Saleh coming your way